Well, hey there, and welcome to another episode of the After Hours podcast. Tiffany Pan here, and I am back with the very amazing Andrea Dean Van Scoyoc. Now, the last time I had you on, we had things got deep. I mean, we had a very amazing conversation, and of course, I wanted to have you back on to continue that conversation, and also talk about your new venture. Now, just to recap, Andrea is a Renaissance woman, artist, Gothique artist. She was big in the horror. Yes, she was big in the horror industry for quite some time, and now she's moved on to more of like a Gothic Edgar Allan Poe type of writing, which is also really cool. Love some Edgar Allan Poe. But now, you are doing a consulting firm. So, that's basically what you've been up to since we last spoke.
Yes. I just started it probably 2-3 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It has spawned from, and I'm sure you've gotten this and other people have gotten this. You'll post something and someone will respond, "Send me this post."
Yes.
And then when you contact them,
Mm-hmm.
they say, "Oh, we offer you this service. You pay us $500 and we'll do this and this and this for you. And we have thousands of happy customers and this, that, and the other." And another one are the brands that want you, "Oh, come try our products. We'll send you free products and all you do is pay for shipping." And I finally just got so tired of that because I was an ambassador for years.
Yes.
I was an ambassador for a chapeau company, a hat company. I was an ambassador for a perfumer, and everything they sent me was 100% free.
Free, yeah.
In exchange for, at conventions, I would hand out their business cards, hand out the perfume samples in the case of the perfumery. And I keep explaining to these people, it's not how being an ambassador works. And what is so sad is all of these people keep falling for it. They're spending a fortune on all of this stuff. And these places don't even know they exist. They're just getting someone to do free promo for them.
Right.
And the people are paying to do free promo for them. And then they don't even care anything about them.
Yeah.
And the last straw for me was I was contacted, I think it was a jewelry company.
Okay.
And they said, "We'd love for you to wear some of our jewelry." And I said, "Yeah, great, as long as you don't expect me to pay for any of it."
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, but they went into the whole spiel. "Oh, but we'll do this and this." And I'm like, "I don't think so. That's not how it works." Just because people have turned it into that does not alter the fact that you don't pay for anything. That is what businesses do. They pay you.
Right.
So, or pay you in the form of merchandise even, which was how I always did it. I was like, don't send me any money. Just send me your merch and I'll pass your stuff because I'm going to be at the cons anyway.
Right.
So I decided, because people will come to me and they'll say, "What music program do you use? How do you do your art? Could you do art for me?" This, that, or the other. And I finally decided to make a thing out of it and just be like, well, okay, people can just come to me anytime they want for advice.
Yeah.
I'll gladly tell you what music program I use. I'll gladly tell you what video editing program I use. If you want me to do it for you, I'll do it for you. I did an entire series of music for a radio show, a podcast that was going to be focusing on sunken ships.
Nice.
So I did that. And I thought, why not just make it an actual consulting firm? And people can just come to me and hopefully I can kickstart the way it used to be.
Yes.
Come to me. I'll help you. You tag me in your posts or publicly thank me. People see my page. They'll come follow me.
Right.
And it's mutually beneficial that way.
Yeah.
No one is taking advantage of anyone else, because someone
Right.
said to me, well, don't you feel like people are taking advantage of you? I said, they're only taking advantage of me if they don't hold up their end of the deal and
Yeah.
tag me and give me promotion like they're supposed to. And then
Right.
if that's the case, then I just don't work with them anymore. And I tell
Right.
them why.
Yeah. 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 Because, well, I did something very similar with the haunted attraction Castle Blood, and it was, it was kind of like, exactly the way you described, where, they we promote each other, we tag each other. They let us, like, those of us that were were like media ambassadors for them, that, like, this past year,
Yeah, I
we got
remember seeing
to,
you tagged in those.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
remember seeing that.
yeah, we got to have, like, kind of full range of their haunted attraction, film, do photos. My friend Hannah, she was also one. And yeah, and we would post, and we had to post, like, within, like, a certain time frame, and we would post and tag, and then they would also, like, repost, like we would repost each other, and then we got a couple of, like, free things out of it too, so it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, that's kind of how being a brand ambassador or media ambassador is supposed to work,
Exactly. That is
you know.
exactly how it's supposed to work. This
Hmm.
monetizing it is a joke.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you are a household name and
Hmm.
everyone knows who you are, like a major
Hmm.
celebrity, you don't have any business charging anyone for anything. Oh,
Right.
well, shipping is expensive. Okay, yeah, it is. So then be selective as to who you send your jewelry
As to
to.
who you send it to. Exactly. Yeah. Well, and that's another thing that cracks me up too, because sometimes it's like you'll get DMs from these people and they have nothing to do with your own brand.
Yes,
Like, I'll get, like, some, like, super preppy, like, jewelry company person contacting me, and I'm like, you did not look at my page, did you?
I got that too. One
Yeah.
time I had a goth company contact me and they begged me to wear their clothes, and I went through everything they had and I'm like, I'm a 56-year-old grandmother. I'm not wearing what's on your site. Now, if
Uh,
you decide to open a line for elder goths, please get back with me. But I'm not 19 to 21 anymore. And
uh,
I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I'm simply saying I'm an
mhm,
elder goth. I
okay.
dress like an elder goth. I'm not going to
Mhm.
wear the little mini skirts, and I'm not going to wear the real exposing
You might still
clothing.
look cute in it, though. You might look cute in it.
I might, but I'm not going to wear it. and and it's like, if you had looked at my page, you would have seen there are
Mm,
no pictures of me dressed like that.
right.
None.
Yeah. Hmm.
And I told them, I said, look, if you open an elder goth line, I will be more than happy to wear your
Hmm.
clothing. Well, of course, I never heard
Yeah.
back from
Uh,
them.
yeah.
And the whole monetary thing, it just really gets me, because
Hmm.
that's not how it works. And I've even been on the opposite end of it. And
Right.
and I didn't take offense to it because I understood. I had
Hmm.
someone contact me and say, um, we would like for you to wear our stuff, drink our tea, whatever. I can't remember exactly what it was. It was a
Hmm.
few years ago.
Yeah.
And they said, you would need to pay this much for shipping. And I said, no, I
Hmm.
don't pay for anything. If you
Right.
want me, and I am a woman of high, high integrity. If
Hmm.
you send me your product to review, you don't get oh yeah, I'm so sorry. I've been so busy. I've been meaning to review it, but I just haven't gotten
Right.
around to it yet. No, you get a review within 24 hours, and possibly before that. I
Hmm.
do everything in a 24-hour period, except
Hmm.
on weekends. I don't work on weekends. So I tell people, hit me Monday through Thursday, and you'll have it within 24 hours, tagging you and everything else. And the woman said, okay, well, we don't send anything for free out to anyone with under 10,000 followers. And I said,
Oh.
well, okay, that's fair enough. I
Hmm.
said, but just understand, If you want me to represent your brand, I don't pay for anything.
Right.
And they said, well, we understand. And I said, I understand too. If I ever get 10,000 followers, feel free to contact me again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I'm saying, I think I'm all that and a bag of chips. That's
Right.
not it at all. I'm saying you have to understand professionalism, integrity,
Yeah.
ethics.
Mm-hmm.
Ethics
Yeah.
are don't be cheap and expect people to pay for your products. Now, if someone goes out and buys your product and then leaves you a great review, hey, that's wonderful. But
Yeah.
don't contact people and say, we'll send you free stuff. Oh, and then you just start paying.
Right.
And look what we get in return.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think like when it started to be like that, because it seemed like that, yeah, for a while, like you would just be sent stuff and take a photo, and then post it, tag them, and then you guys would tag each other and everything. Yeah, I'm trying to think like when it started to become the model that it is now, and especially with all of the different like beauty influencers out there now and everything, and so many people just kind of getting influencer fatigue right now. I know that there were a couple that came under fire now because they're not being authentic, because they're like, oh yeah, look at my $10,000 handbag. And, people are like, look, we can't, relate to that or anything like that. So, like, where would you say some of like the current influencers, because, yes, it's these brands, but it's also kind of like, in my opinion, a lot of the influencers that are, being like with this, like these like $10,000 hauls and everything. So, I mean, it's kind of works both ways. So where would you say maybe some of the current influencers might be missing the mark?
Oh gosh, where do I even get started on that?
We'll
Probably
be here like take up a
probably
full
the
hour.
same
That's fine.
place
That's
that I get started on everything. Just because
fine.
you're an influencer doesn't mean I'm sorry, Guppy, honey,
Aw,
come
the
here.
kitty cat
Yes, come here, Guppy.
cat wants to join.
Yes, say
Oh,
hello to everyone. Hello, hello, I'm Guppy. Hello.
those of you
Um,
watching the video version of this will see the little cat.
he has to be in the middle of everything mommy's doing.
Of
Um,
course.
just because you're an influencer doesn't mean you deserve anything. And what
Right.
really irks me is these influencers that walk into places and say, oh, well, I'm an influencer. You need to give me something for free. No, that's not how
Hmm.
it works either. You
Right.
build your brand authentically. You build your brand honestly. And then
Hmm.
if people want to send you things,
Right.
then you work from that model. You don't just contact people and say, okay, look, I've got 150,000 followers, and if you want me to promote you, send me something. No, that is not only unethical, that is tacky, and it is
Hmm.
extremely unprofessional.
Yeah.
Like when I was an ambassador, I didn't
Hmm.
contact any of these people. They
Right.
contacted me, and I
Hmm.
held up my end of the deal.
Hmm.
It's just like one time I had a man contact me and say that he was going to do a tattoo fest, and it was
Okay.
for charity. And he
Very
wanted
cool.
to
Yeah.
use some of my music.
Hmm.
I said, help yourself. And he said, well, how
Hmm.
much do you want for it? I said, I don't. You're doing it for charity. Help yourself. Use
Hmm.
whatever I have and enjoy.
Hmm.
I didn't say, okay, yeah, well, you're going to need to pay me and we're going to have to do this and this and this.
Hmm.
No, influencers now are missing the mark because they're getting too full of themselves.
Hmm.
And that is spawned from this algorithm company
Hmm.
left a comment on my page and now that means I'm famous. And no, none of that is true. I had and I'm not going to name drop because it doesn't matter who it was, but you can
Hmm.
go on my profile, anyone who's curious. I had a major brand drop a
Hmm.
comment on one of my comments earlier.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Not, oh, look at me now. Oh, well, if you want me to say more nice things about your stuff, no,
Hmm. Yeah.
no. And that is where the influencers are losing ground. They've become
Hmm.
entitled little brats that
Yeah.
think they deserve everything when they don't. It's supposed to be influencers are supposed to help people.
Hmm.
That's why I post reviews of things, and I post
Right.
honest reviews.
Mm-hmm.
I don't just, okay, well, you pay me and I'll say nice things about your brand, or you send me
Yeah.
something free and I'll say nice things about your brand.
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah.
no. Influencers have an obligation to be truthful
Mm-hmm.
because people listen to them. And I say
Mm-hmm.
them because even though I use the hashtag influencer, I'm nowhere near where I want to be yet, hoping to
Mm-hmm.
change that. But I say them because I am modeling myself on how not to be in
How
the
not to
industry.
be. Yeah. No, I totally hear you because, and I think a lot of people now are catching on to just how disingenuous, or disingenuous the whole thing has become because, I mean, even if you go on to YouTube, there's like a ton of people like calling out some of the larger ones that have like been around since like the inception of YouTube, but they seem to have completely lost touch with their audience. Like there's this one girl that's like been around on YouTube forever, and she started out doing like makeup tutorials and people really enjoyed that. But now it's like gone into, oh, look at my, $10 million house and her and the thing is it's like and if anybody's familiar with like that type of YouTube and Instagram drama, they might know who I'm talking about. But yeah, but like her audience is like literally saying, we want to see your makeup tutorials. And then, but then it's like, but then she'll make like literally, there'll be an entire comment section, post makeup tutorials. We can't relate to this whole $10 million house business. Now, if that's what you had because you earned it, then that's perfectly fine. But, nobody's saying you can't have that. But we as your audience who grew with you, like, we can't relate to that. So we love your makeup tutorials because, because some of her like some of them are moms who like kind of lost touch with like how to like fix their makeup and hair and everything. And, and they're like, like, please, and they're literally telling her what they want. But then she does a follow-up video saying, you guys need to tell me what you want because I don't know. And it's just like, and these people are calling her out like, your followers are telling you what they want.
That's
So,
when people like
mhm,
that, you need to
yeah,
and cut them loose. But see, unfortunately, people won't. They would rather get
mhm,
online and complain.
right,
Oh, well, we're telling you, but you're not doing it. Okay, well, you know
mhm,
what? If she's got 10 million followers, if 8 million people stop following her, maybe she'll wake up.
yeah,
And
yeah,
another thing that's really gotten me about the industry is how unprofessional people are. And as a textbook type A personality who
mhm,
plans out every single thing in my life, dots every I,
mhm,
crosses every T, I simply can't understand the
mhm,
unprofessionalism in the industry. I had
yeah,
someone follow me that does similarly what I do.
mhm,
I dropped them a message 2, 3 days ago,
mhm,
possibly, and I said, "Hey, thanks for following me. If
mhm,
you ever want to collab or want me to promote what you're doing, DM
yeah,
me. Let's talk. Let's see what we can do."
mhm,
Seen, how you can see where
yeah,
someone has seen,
yeah,
no response.
mhm,
And it's
yeah,
like, okay, how about um, I'm busy. They have less followers than I do, but people are really, 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 and this is another thing that irks me, really fond of the B word when busy. When the
mhm,
B word is a substitute for I have no time management skills and I
right,
don't know what to do with my life. Where, see, I'm
mhm,
exactly the opposite.
yeah,
Drop me the B word and
mhm,
I'll tongue in cheek accept it with I'll get with you as soon as I can. Or
mhm,
how about let's just be honest and be the professionals that we're supposed to be? Oh, yeah, hey,
mhm,
thanks for contacting me, but I'm not interested in working with you. I just like looking at
right,
your posts, but I don't want to collab with you. To where,
mhm,
which, if you're a true professional like myself, You answer that with, oh, hey, thanks. No problem. Thanks for
No
letting me
problem.
know. Enjoy my posts, and I'll continue to enjoy yours. Good luck.
Yeah.
But see, people don't want to do that. People want to dance around. And it's like,
Yeah.
and it's the same in any industry. It is the same in writing. It's the same
Right.
in music. It's the same in art. If you've got thin skin or you want to tap dance, you're in the wrong industry.
Right.
People need to be forthright and professional and ethical. And that
Yeah.
means you don't leave people hanging.
Right.
You don't, oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot to answer your message. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You're just
Yeah.
either, you have no time management skills, you're
Right.
irresponsible, you're unprofessional, or maybe you're all of the above.
Yeah.
You
I
send me a
usually have.
message. If you don't get an immediate answer, like I said, Monday through Thursday, if you don't get an immediate answer, you get one within 24 hours. And most of the time,
Right.
you know, from you messaging me,
Yeah.
how quick I get back with
Yeah.
people
hmm
because that's the professional thing to do.
Yeah.
Check your messages. I
hmm
every day because I know what it's like truly to be busy because I do 50 million things at one time. I'm still writing. I'm still
Right.
doing art. I'm getting ready to drop another playlist for next
Yeah.
year.
Nice.
So I constantly go through my emails. Okay, did I get anything? No. Okay. Messages? Okay.
hmm
Every single day to make
Yeah.
sure that I haven't forgotten anything.
Right. Yeah, I usually have like a designated time where I go through messages and, and then, respond to them and all of that. Just because it's like if I know that I just don't have the bandwidth right now to respond, I'm not going to read the message until I do. Like I'll see it, but I'm not going to open it so that they see seen, just because it's like, yeah, because I don't want to I don't want somebody looking at that and being like, okay, well, she saw my message, so why is she not getting back? So
Right.
sometimes like I said, I'll like have like a designated time where like I'll set a timer, go through like messages and like respond and make sure I don't forget anybody. But yeah, that's like one thing that I've taken to doing, because it's like, yeah, I'll see that somebody send me a message, but until like I'm ready, like to like I have that time where I'm sitting down opening messages, it's like I'm not going to open up and read it until I know, okay, I'm definitely going to answer the person, because I don't want I don't want them to see that scene, and then think that like, oh yeah, like I'm just not getting back to them. So,
Right.
so like,
And that's the professional thing to do.
hmm yeah, yeah.
That's
So,
professional, that's considerate. And in this world of mass media and social media, manners and consideration seem to be forgotten. But
hmm
if you look at your really big brands and your really big companies, they're still around for a
hmm
reason.
right,
And that is
hmm
because they don't have excuses. They
right.
don't make up whatever. Oh, yeah, it's like someone told me not that long ago, oh, yeah, my life's just been so crazy. I just, I have
So has
this to do.
everybody.
Exactly. And it's like, oh, yeah, so your life is different from everyone else's. How?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, even a friend of mine who he has like like film and music festivals like that he runs every year, and I've performed at a couple of them. And and he's posted about this very thing too, where he'll reach out to like artists to like perform at his event, and he sees that they've read the message, but then they don't get back to him, and then he'll say, and then like he'll be like, yeah, and then these are the very people that complain about not getting any work.
Right.
you know
That's the vicious circle. These
Yeah.
very same irresponsible people, that is it
Mhm.
exactly. These very same people whine about, oh, I can't get any work. No one pays any attention to me. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe it's because you don't follow through. You're not a professional. You're not
Mhm.
considerate. I tell
Yeah.
people all the time, whatever you want me to promote for you, as
Mhm.
long as it now on Red Horse Promotions, which is
Mhm.
my writing and music and art page.
Right.
Anything that's gothic, horror, creepy,
Mhm.
tag me and I'll
Okay.
do it.
Yeah.
Now the
Mhm.
same goes for HR 42 Consulting,
Mhm.
which is my consulting and review and fashion blog.
Mhm.
If you're wearing something you want promoted, or
Mhm.
you have a new perfume or something you're wearing, or you've done a really pretty model shoot or something,
Mhm.
I'll promote that. But you have to take people up on their offers. And that is
Yeah.
what gets me. In a
Mhm.
world where everyone wants money for
Mhm.
nothing,
Right.
if someone is offering you a free service,
Absolutely.
why won't you take people up
Why
on it?
won't you
And
take it?
people say, oh, yeah, well,
Exactly.
you get what you pay for. Okay, well, you know what? I have found in these industries, even if you pay, you don't always get it.
You don't always get it. Exactly. And, and that's the thing though too. And sometimes, you know what, and this kind of like goes into like the more kind of spiritual category. However, like if you accept even just like a small offer, like for instance, I just had somebody that I met at a recent film screening for a couple films that I'm in, and he's going to be on the show because he's also a filmmaker. But he offered to he's like, hey, if you have like postcards or business cards or anything for your music and your podcast, I'll be happy to put them in my toy shop. I'm like, yeah, of course I'm going to take that. And then, and see, and that's the thing, like when you accept offers like that, like that's where, especially if you're into, like law of attraction, all law of assumption, all that stuff, it's kind of like it'll reciprocate. You'll get, that's kind of showing that you're open to receiving opportunities, even if it is like, even whether it's like a large opportunity, a small opportunity. If you accept an opportunity and it makes sense for you to accept it, that like you will, I mean, that does reciprocate back to you. It's just like when you don't like when you don't like, like my friend who has like the music and film festivals, like where he'll contact people to perform and they don't get back to him. I mean, that's when you won't get, that's when you're basically saying, no, I don't want opportunities, basically. Like you may not be saying that with your mouth, but you're saying it with your actions. So,
Right.
energy
Or even
responds
worse yet,
accordingly.
you're telling someone, I don't
Yeah.
want to be a part of your event. And then you
Mm-hmm.
know what? What I would do someone like that, if I had an event, they would be blacklisted.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because,
He blacklists them. Yeah.
yeah, well,
He's like, yeah,
that's
you
good
do that to
because
me. Yeah.
that's disrespectful.
Right.
And that goes along the same line with being a professional. You don't
Mm-hmm.
disrespect people. If you don't
Right.
want to come to the event, just a simple, hey, no thanks.
Right.
Appreciate you asking me. I had to turn down an event one time
Mm-hmm.
because the people, it was actually quite far away. It was in another
Mm-hmm.
country.
Oh, wow.
And the people wanted me to come open a vampire museum with them and
Oh.
be their star. But
Mm-hmm.
they couldn't pay my way over, and there was no way at the time
Oh,
I could do it.
yeah.
And so I immediately got back with them and said,
Mm-hmm.
I really appreciate your offer. I can't tell you
Right.
how honored I am,
Yeah.
but I can't afford to fly myself over there. The ticket price alone was
Yeah.
crazy.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I, I said, but hey, again, I'm going to be dining out on this for months that you actually asked me.
Yeah. No, but that's cool. Yeah, because like even like my friend with like the music and film like festival thing, he was like, even if you're not interested, just a simple sorry, I can't make that date will suffice, like
Yeah, because
it.
see, me, if he had contacted me and been like, hey, we'll set up like a little DJ area and we'll just plug your music in and you can stand there and like play with lights and stuff like that, I would have been like, hey, I'm so there.
Yeah.
I mean, there would be
Yeah.
no way if I could attend something like that and he contacted me, I'd be like, yeah, you don't even have to finish the email to me. I'm there.
Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, but it's really, it really does, like, like I said, just kind of, it's interesting to watch like people's behaviors, especially like, it kind of like I said, those are the same people that will complain about like not getting opportunities, or like not having people, you know, pay attention to what they're doing. And then they'll complain about, oh, the algorithms and everything is out to get me. I mean, yeah, the algorithms can suck, like there's, because I know there's weeks when it's like my posts are on a roll, and then there's another week when it's just kind of like something's changed with the algorithms and things are a bit slower. But that's just the nature of the beast, and you just kind of have to roll with it, and maybe keep up to date on what the trends are. But it's not just, it's just like, it's not just the algorithms that are messing with you.
No, people want you to support them, but they don't want to do anything in return. It's like
Mhm.
when I put out my book for my church, Welcome to Crowhaven Chapel, for
Oh,
my
okay.
The Christian Goth community that I
Yeah.
released. All I heard was how sorely this book was needed. Oh, finally we have a voice. Finally someone speaking for us. Oh my gosh, I can't wait. When that book came out, it was crickets.
What's the book? Is it is it
It's
called?
Welcome to Crowhaven Chapel. It's about being a Christian Goth and the
Oh,
things
okay.
that we go through.
Yeah.
Being Christian Goths, being called devil worshippers, being called that we can't be Christian and be Goth because Goth is of Satan, and
Mm.
we can't wear black, and
Yeah.
just the
All that
silly things
dumb
that.
stuff. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. And
Mhm.
like I said, all I heard was, "Oh my gosh, this book is going to be amazing. This book that." Crickets.
Wow.
But
I'll have to
then
check
people
that book
were
out. So,
it's on. I'll send you the link to it.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, definitely.
and then people would post. They would be, because I was like going crazy in the Christian Goth community with it. I'm like, hey everybody, here's the book. Here's the book. So when people come at you, because being a minister myself as well,
Right.
I'm like, I've been attacked from the Christian Goth angle. I've been attacked from the, oh, you're a minister, well then you're of the devil, and you're not this and you're not that, and you shouldn't be doing this and that and thing. And so I'm like, hey, no matter where you stand, here you go.
Yeah.
You've got, if you will, ammunition to come
Mhm.
back at these people,
Right.
and factual ammunition, because the big thing, it was Halloween is evil, Halloween is of the devil, and it's like,
Yeah.
no, actually Halloween is All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
That was actually started out as a Christian holiday, and
Right.
things like that, dispelling silly, silly things
Mhm.
like that. And I went crazy in the Christian Goth community with that.
Yeah.
Crickets. Couple people. Oh, hey, great, congratulations. And I'm like, okay, thanks. Feel free to share. No
Yeah.
share. Yet they would come on, oh, I can use prayers. I can use this. Or, hey, I've got this whatever that I'm doing. If you could share for me. And then they'd be like, I
Oh,
don't understand why nobody's sharing my stuff. And it's like, okay, you know what? And this kind of segues back into the whole professional thing. If you want your stuff shared,
mhm.
try sharing other people's stuff.
Yeah.
Because if they're professional at all, if they're
Mhm.
ethical at all,
Yeah.
they will remember, oh, hey, this person shared my stuff. Time for me to step up and
Yeah.
do the same. And then if they don't, hey, cut the person out of your life, whatever you want to do, because I'm all for getting rid of, and I don't want it to sound like it's going to sound, but I'm all for getting rid of baggage in your life.
Yeah.
If it's
I
obvious
agree.
that someone isn't going to reciprocate and they're just draining you and they're just
Mhm.
hanging on for whatever reason,
Yeah.
then don't take that in.
Right.
Cut them loose and move on.
Yes.
But if
Yes.
you're truly a professional, you will remember what someone has
Mhm.
done for you and you'll
Yeah.
reciprocate. And then
Right.
you know what? That might turn into,
Mhm.
hey, I've got this and this and this I want to post.
Yeah.
And then that person shares it. And then they've got this they want to post.
Mhm.
And you're
Right.
sharing it. And then
Yeah.
all of a sudden, before you know, it's way out there. It's why
Mhm.
I tell people, tag me. It's not
Mhm.
that difficult.
Yeah.
At Red Horse Promotions, if it's
Mhm.
anything goth, anything horror, music, art,
Mhm.
whatever. And if you this is This is another thing that just really gets me.
Yeah.
I feel weird just tagging you.
Oh.
Really? Okay, so I'm just saying that you can tag me because I just think that's like a cool new catchphrase or something? It's like, no,
Mm-hmm.
if I tell you you can tag me, you can tag me.
Right.
As long as you're not tagging me with pictures of uh, yellow daffodils in your yard for my Red Horse Promotions page. You know,
Right.
if you want people to see your Gothic garden and you want to tag me in that, hey, check out so and so's Gothic garden. Look at this. Isn't
Mm-hmm.
this cool? I will
Yeah.
promote you like I own you. The
Yeah.
same thing with HR 42 Consulting.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing. Tag me. Contact me if you're not sure. Hey, I'm wearing this outfit, but I'm not sure it's something that you will want to share. Let me show it
Mm-hmm.
to you before I post it, before I tag you. I'll
Yeah.
let you know. You have to work at it. See,
Right.
that's what people don't get. People have, in this new world, everything
Mm-hmm.
is now, 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 now.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's, you and I both know as professionals because we both go way back. We both know that's not how it works. You
Right.
have to actually work. You have to
Yeah.
put forth the effort.
Yes. Yeah. No, yeah, absolutely. But, I think a lot of people, they get this like, well, that's the thing because they're only seeing like the finished product of like somebody's success. They're not seeing the years that they actually put in to get to that point. Like they're only and like and they're under the impression, oh, it's an overnight success. Well, no, most people really aren't. Most
Yeah,
people have been at it for a really long time before they start to get like some type of like recognition,
right.
or their name recognized, or people might be in the grocery store, somebody's like, oh, hey, I saw your stuff online, like that. I mean, but like that takes a long time, and it takes like, it takes a lot of trial and error. It takes a lot of having to regroup, and it takes, I mean, it's not really for the faint of heart.
No, it's really not because people used to say to me all the time when I first got famous with my writing back in
Mhm.
2005,
Mhm.
and yes, for the home audience, that's how far back I go. Um, People would be like, "Oh my gosh, you're so famous. I just don't know how you did it." I'm like, "Okay, here's how I did it. I would contact any and every horror blog I could find, any and every horror author I could find. If
Mhm.
they had a guest space on their blog, I would ask, "Hey, can I send you some poetry?"
Yeah.
And they would either say yes or no.
Mhm.
And I remember one person I contacted had 25 views for the entire month for her
Mhm.
website.
Mhm.
I sent her a poem anyway.
Yeah,
I must have had 5 or 6
absolutely.
hits a day to my website from her site. And I guess they were
Mhm.
sharing it or something. I don't know how it worked, but my
Right.
site blew up. And then I contacted another place that was like virtually nothing. They
Right.
hardly had like anybody do anything. I sent them a story.
Yeah.
It went like viral overnight
Oh,
before
yeah.
there ever was a viral. And it's like I hear so many times,
Mhm.
that's too time consuming. It's not worth my time. Okay, well, then you need to find another line of work. Because let me
Yeah.
tell you, this instant gratification thing is not realistic. It's
Right.
not realistic unless you are an established designer brand that everyone knows about. You have a gigantic publisher. You have you're repped by a gigantic modeling agency,
Mhm.
whatever. It's
Yeah.
not overnight. You have to do a lot of, hey, can you help me out? Type of
Mhm.
things. And like I said, I
Right.
would post my work anywhere. I
Mhm.
didn't care if only one person saw it.
Right. Hey,
I
that
would
one
still.
person could turn into a fan of yours, and then they'll like share it with, their friends that might like it too. So like, yeah,
Well,
you
that's
never
what
know.
happened with the one website because even though, and I never understood this because there was an author who at the time, I don't even know if she's even still writing. Um,
Mhm.
she had gotten famous by being on that website. And then I
Right.
sent them my story. And then the same thing happened to me. The right person saw it and told someone else who told someone else who told someone else.
Mm-hmm.
But up until that time, I'd been
Yeah.
like, hey, anybody out there wants some of my poetry? Can I send it to
Mhm.
you? Will you read
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Learn to eat a
And
little crow before you can dine on steak tartare.
yeah. No, exactly. I mean, and like I said, I mean, I'm the same way. Like, even now I'm still the same way, just because that's the thing. It's like, you're not, kind of, like you said, unless you're like this, like, major gazillion dollar, brand or company, or, it's like, you really, and that's the thing, and I'm grateful if like somebody, wants to put, my postcards and stuff in their, in their shop, or, wants to, do something like with my music, like in their film, or what, or what have you. And, and that's the thing. It just seems like, people, I don't know. I don't know what exactly they're thinking, but it just seems to me like it's like, well, if it's not like this big gazillion dollar, company that's contacting me, then oh no, I'm too good for it. It's like,
That's exactly how people are. And it's like,
yeah,
you have to pay your dues.
yeah,
You don't just jump out of the egg and start flying around. No.
right.
You got to fall down a few times.
Mm-hmm.
You got to break a couple of wings. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not just, oh, here I am, I'm famous. No. And see, people
Yeah.
always thought that about me, and some people were resentful that when
Mhm.
I got famous the first time around, and it's like, what are you resentful of?
Yeah.
I spent all day, every day begging people to read my work,
Mhm.
begging people to put my stuff up on their website.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like I paid my dues.
Mhm. Well, I think like people are like that in like no matter what, like whether you have a successful business, whether, you reach like fitness goals, because that's a big thing too. If somebody reaches like, fitness goals, whatever those fitness goals may be, and, they're looking and feeling their best, there will be people, in their lives that are like, like, oh, who do they think they are, and meanwhile, that person's there like, um, I put in the work with like meal prep and like doing all this. It's like, and that's the, and like, and yeah, you look at those people, it's like, I put in the work for this. Like I didn't, it's not like, boom, you had this like instant, this instant success, or like boom, you had like, your fitness goals were like, you snapped your fingers and you were there. That's not
Right.
really how it works. And I think, um because I've actually done some thinking about this too, and I've even like read a few kind of psychology articles on it, just because like that type of human behavior fascinates me. And a lot of the time, it's not necessarily the fact that you're successful that they're jealous of. I mean, it might be a little bit, but what they're resentful of is the fact that you're kind of holding up a mirror to what they're not willing to do to change their own lives and to accomplish their own dreams. Because, they may not like want to be an author, or a musician, or they may not have like the same like fitness goals or whatever that you might have, but what you accomplishing what you're doing is, like I said, they may have their own thing that they would like to do, but oh, I can't do it, blah blah blah, for whatever reason. And, and your success, you know whether it's on a large scale or a small scale, the fact that you were willing to actually put in the work, and that kind of wipes away all of their excuses,
Yeah, well, it's
and
funny that you say that because I lost a friend because of that very thing. I knew
oh,
her long before I ever got famous from my writing, and she was an artist.
mhm,
And she used to do some really cool art. And she's always, well, if I could just do this, if I could just do that. I said, hey,
mhm,
go down to the local park, set up your easel,
yeah,
just paint every
mhm,
single day. People will come by and look. I'll
yeah,
drop in anonymous tip to the local newspaper that
Yeah.
there's this artist that sets up out in the park every day and paints. You might want to go check her out. I said,
Mm-hmm.
then you never know where that could lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to do that. I'll have to do that. Yeah, that sounds really good. And that's as far as it got.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so you don't want to talk to me anymore because I work my butt off and you're not willing to do anything.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah.
that's it exactly. And that is what I'm hoping to combat with HR 42 consulting.
Mm-hmm.
Get off your butts. Tag
Yeah.
me. Contact me. Ask me for advice. If I can help you, I will. If I can't, I'll say, maybe this person can help you. Try here instead.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a lot of experience with that. Otherwise, I will do what I can to help you. And you know what? It'll be free.
Right.
Not, oh, well, what are you going to do for me?
Yeah.
If you get really famous or something good comes from it and you want to say, hey, thanks HR 42 Consulting for the help, great.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I did my part of the deal. I helped you out. And a
Yeah.
lot of people in this strange world today, well, nobody does something for nothing. Yeah, well, see, that's the problem with the world today.
Mm-hmm.
And still, the bohemian part of me wants to be like, no, that's not how it should be.
Right.
I'm
Yeah.
willing to help you out.
Mm-hmm.
Contact me anytime.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I see how things have changed. And it's
Mm-hmm.
just it's like I tell people all the time, when I came out of retirement from writing, I might as well have been Rip Van Winkle. I looked around. I even had someone tell me, because I was one of the people who helped legitimize self-publishing because I
Mm-hmm.
did what was deemed impossible. I became
Yeah.
a brick and mortar best-selling, number one best-selling author as a self-published author, which was deemed
Yeah.
absolutely impossible. I had
Mm-hmm.
someone write to my, when it changed over to X from Twitter, write
Mm-hmm.
to my X face, tell me, whoa, ho, 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 ho. What do you mean? You were integral in self-publishing. That's not how it is. That's not ever how it was. How do you know that? And I'm like,
Uh-huh.
oh, I only know that because I was there circa 2005 when
Uh-huh.
self-publishing, I was the one that was blackballed, blacklisted. People would start hate threads about me, talking about how I was no good and I was worthless, or I would have a real publisher and I was never going to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, yeah, I know because I was there and I lived through it. No, I don't think so. And it's like, okay,
Oh
so
God.
now you're trying to tell me that all of the hell I went through was a delusion? I don't think so.
Well, I think it kind of goes with that whole crab in the bucket syndrome that a lot of people have, kind of like what we were talking um, about how, when you accomplish something, whether it's on a small scale or a large scale, you're going to have people that, or someone that resents you because they're, basically because your hard work and what you had to do to get there kind of it holds a mirror up to them and takes away all of their excuses. And, and it's kind of like, like I said, a lot of people do have a crab in the bucket syndrome where, even if you can, show receipts as to like, you being very instrumental in self-publishing and in indie publishing, they'll still try to like, diminish it somehow,
Oh yeah, I had a major author do that to me.
Oh,
Oh
wow.
yeah, no, just because you were number one that day is like saying that you went to the local fishing hole and you caught the biggest fish in the lake, so that makes you a champion at that lake. And I'm like, no,
What?
that's not even close.
That
Because,
doesn't make any sense.
yeah, no, because the manager of the
Mhm.
bookstore actually walked up to me at the
Yeah.
end of my book signing, and her
Mhm.
exact words were, I don't know how someone like you managed to do it, but you just
Wow.
hit #1 on the Borders bestseller list. Congratulations. And that was exactly how she said it to me.
Wow.
And then, of course, I sat there and cried and ran around the store and was screaming and running out into the mall and dancing.
Yeah.
And then after that, she couldn't get me in the store enough because she couldn't keep my books on the shelf. But until then, I was
Oh.
worthless and I was nothing. And she actually
Mhm.
ordered far too many of my books because she
Yeah.
wanted to be able to say, see, you
Mhm.
self-published authors are worthless. I had to send all your
Right.
books back. Thanks a lot for wasting my time. And that's not how it was.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are always going to be people, and people just would not have it. And I took a
Mhm.
picture of my books because she had my books up in the front of the store with #1 with the little label on them. And I pointed to my books and she said, you deserve to be up there.
Yeah.
You are a #1 Borders bestseller. And I looked at all the other authors' names, and of course I started crying again and everything. And it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, no, no, no one. I don't care who you are. No one is going to take that away from me because I was there, saw it, and
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it goes back to that same crab
Yeah.
in the bucket syndrome.
Mhm. Yeah.
And people today are the same thing. Oh well, you're not good enough to
Mhm.
even ask to network with me. And
Right.
it's like, what do you care? Why does someone have to be good enough? Why don't
Yeah.
you just exchange? They can share your stuff. You can share their stuff. You can be like,
Yeah.
hey, look, I'm helping this newbie out.
Yeah,
If you, even if
exactly.
you do it for the wrong reasons, you want the accolades so somebody can pat you on the back and say, oh, you helped that person out. You know what?
Yeah.
Do it. It's not going to kill you. And
Mhm.
and that's what I'm hoping to change with HR 42
Yeah.
Consulting. That's what I'm hoping to change, that people will wake up and get out of this. "Ah, you're not important enough. You're not going to make me famous overnight."
Yeah. Yeah, because it's like it happens in increments,
Mhm.
it happens incrementally. And it doesn't really happen overnight. And you don't really want it to happen overnight because, the very rare few that are these overnight successes, 9 times out of 10, they don't last very long
Right,
because, you can't, because it is a lot of pressure. And, once you have like that big #1 thing, there's more and more pressure to keep, churning out something like that. And then when you can't, that's when you get like tossed aside in the industry and people are like, oh yeah, I saw, so and so who had that big hit bagging groceries at the supermarket. Not that there's anything wrong with bagging groceries at the supermarket, but, when you go from being like #1 everywhere to, you know, barely being able to pay your bills,
right.
and nobody like really knows who you are and what you did anymore. I mean, there's even I don't know if you saw anything like this, but there's even like TikTok influencers that had millions of followers and then they would have a meet and greet and nobody would show up.
Oh, wow. No, I didn't say anything like that.
Yeah, and a lot of people were kind of speculating, well, it's because, TikTok as a platform, I mean, they're changing up some things, but it used to be like, you would just do scroll, 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 and yeah, you might follow somebody, but you're not really connecting with them,
Right,
you know. Whereas I do think like TikTok is changing, like I said, some of their stuff in regards to that, because I think they do want it to be a little bit more like connection and all that stuff. But yeah, these people, like, they would have like a million followers, but because they're not having that connection with their audience and they're just like kind of posting whatever's trending, people, it's like that's pretty much why people aren't showing up. It's because, well, I don't feel a connection with you, and that's the thing. It's like, and it's better to almost have like a smaller audience that like feels connected to you, feels like, you're one big like little community, and they're willing, they're willing to, buy your music, buy your books, all that stuff. Um, to sustain your art. And then they're going to show up, when you have an event. So it's almost like, but I think that's also what's also so dangerous about that instant gratification and kind of, blowing up overnight, being like a, million follower TikTok person overnight. Yeah, you might go viral, but that's the thing. But these people are having like these meet and greets and like literally having nobody show up because outside of TikTok and them doing, okay, whatever little thing is trending, it's like, well, what else are they doing to really impact the lives of the people watching them?
Right.
What
That's like when I
what are
do my
they
product
contributing?
reviews, they're between
Mhm.
50 and 150 words. There's
Mhm.
not this video of me sitting around for an hour and a half talking about something. It's
Right.
50 to 150 words. I give you the ups, the downs, and I tell you what will work about it and what doesn't.
Mhm.
No, I don't go into all of this hoopla. I just give it to you straight, and then
Mhm.
that way you can read it, you can understand it, and you can move on.
Yeah.
Where, yeah, like you said, these people do these videos. It's like the old Facebook joke where
Mhm.
this guy had thousands and thousands of friends on Facebook and only like 5 people showed up to his funeral. And it was, but he had
Right.
so many Facebook friends. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's that old
Yeah.
joke. And it's
Yeah.
like, no, I want to bring authenticity back to what I'm doing. Read my
Mhm.
reviews,
Yeah.
read,
Yeah.
read what I'm doing.
Mhm.
It's all authentic. It's from my point of view. It's
Yeah.
not, oh yeah, look at me and my million followers, or oh look at
Right.
me, I'm out on this sailboat today, and this is courtesy of whoever who paid me $10,000 to be here. No,
Mhm.
no.
Yeah.
Even if that were to happen, I wouldn't be online saying that. I'd just be
Right.
like,
Yeah.
hey everybody.
Hi guys. Yeah. Yeah, but like that just goes to show you that, yes, even if you have that million follower mark, and like some of those might even be fake followers too, that because people have been caught in the past for like buying fake followers, which like why would you do that? Because to me, I'd rather have an honest assessment of how my content is doing as opposed to
Yeah,
just like the vanity metrics, because at the end of the day, yeah, you can have a million followers, but if you only have like you have 100 followers, but only like 100 likes on a post, well, then what is it really doing?
yeah,
And and people can tell right away. Like people will call that out. They're like, oh yeah, you have a million followers, but you only have like 50 to 100 likes on a post. Well, you should have way more than that if you have a million followers and your audience is engaged. So either most of your followers are fake or your content just isn't connecting with people,
yeah. See, and I've run into that because I have over 100 followers, and it's like, where did these people come from? And I have a
Mhm.
feeling they're using one of those services that they'll follow me, and they think I'm going to follow them back, and it's like, no. And then I'll
Yeah,
start watching my followers just like drop, 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 and it's like, yeah, you have nothing to do with the fashion industry. You have nothing to do with the,
right.
the beauty industry. You have
Mhm.
nothing to do with promotion and marketing. Why would I follow you?
Right. Yeah.
Thanks for following me, but if you're not
Yeah.
legit, I'm not following you
Mhm.
back.
Right. Yeah, or I know some people have been coming under fire for the follow unfollow method. Like
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm
That
glad
and
that's
that is
being
just
called out
tacky
because
beyond belief. That
yeah.
is just tacky with a capital TACKY,
Mhm.
tacky.
Yes. Yeah. And it kind of falls into the same category as buying fake followers. Because you're just doing it for vanity metrics. You're not really looking to, establish a connection with like that. Because that's what gets me is when artists do it to other artists,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, you should know better.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing?
Yeah.
And it's kind of like and like I said, like it's the same thing. It kind of falls into under the same umbrella as buying fake likes. You may as well just buy fake likes because you're not looking to establish that, you know, that good, solid connection with that person, or,
Right. Well, that's why
you
when
know,
I go on my profile and I see I had all these followers and then it's dropped like 10, 15, 20, 30 followers, I just sit there and laugh and it's like good riddance because if you're not
mhm,
following me legitimately, I don't want you
yeah,
following me at all.
yeah,
Because number one, I can't do anything for you
mhm,
and you're not going to be able to do anything for me, like, us
right,
network or anything because,
mhm,
but I noticed that as soon as I put my profile up, I started getting these followers and I'm like, sorry, no can do.
yeah, yeah, but I'm glad that people are starting to, like, call that out, but there's still some so-called, like, social media gurus that still say, "Oh, no, the follow to unfollow method works." It's like, well, no, it doesn't work anymore because more people are hip to it, and a lot of people, if they see you doing that to them, it's an immediate unfollow, you
Oh
know?
yeah, and you can download an app that will tell you who's unfollowed you. So there
Mhm.
you go.
Yeah, so then all you have to do is, like, put them into your little search engine, click the unfollow button, and it's like, well, a lot of good that did you.
Yep, did exactly.
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I mean, and I think some of it might just be ignorance, but at the same time, it's kind of like just ethically, I mean, would you want somebody doing that to you? And that's the thing, these people would probably be the first to complain if somebody did that to them.
Oh yeah.
Like they would be like, oh, oh my gosh, people don't want to follow me, like they would be the first ones to complain about somebody doing that to them.
Yeah,
And it's
because I
always
found
those
somebody
people.
today. I was following somebody. I'm like, what is this? I didn't follow this profile and unfollow. It's like
Yeah.
I did not follow you. Don't yeah,
Hmm.
no.
Yeah.
Because and it's not I didn't follow you because I think I'm better than you. It's no,
Hmm.
I didn't follow you because we don't have anything in common.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, but yeah, it's crazy out there. But on a lighter note, like what are some of your favorite products? Some of your
I
favorite brands.
I love anything Clinique.
Okay.
I am a big Clinique fan.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. And I have discovered recently this company called Dime Beauty. They make this
Oh,
and
I've heard of them.
I reviewed their lip balm. Oh my gosh. It is amazing. You put it
Mhm.
on, it's not sticky, tacky. You put it on, it's like it tastes like liquid caramel and
Ooh.
you can drink through it and eat through it. And even after you're done, you're like, oh my gosh, some of it's still there. It is
Mhm.
amazing. So I'm constantly on their profile, like, I love you guys.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm a big Clinique whore.
Okay,
I love Clinique. I mean, anything Clinique is just
cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
And my favorite perfume of theirs is something called Wrappings. It's not for
Oh,
everyone. The scent is really unique. I love it because I
okay.
love anything musky. It's a
Oh,
patchouli-ish. It's a different scent, and I absolutely
yeah.
love it. And then I bought a bottle the other day of my old standby, which I used to wear all the time, and that's
Mhm.
Clinique Happy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that. And
Mhm.
I'm a big fan of Biolage and Paul Mitchell shampoo. Absolutely love Biolage. The scent of Biolage. It's like, oh my gosh, can I just like put
Mhm.
the bottle on me?
Nice. Yeah, so those are your recommendations.
Yes. And as for like purses, the sack.
Okay.
I love, I have one of those pewter silver
Mhm.
sack purses that has the little, I reviewed this too, little
Uh-huh.
magnet that you can like fold it up and carry it like a little clutch.
Yeah.
But I absolutely love that. I also reviewed my new Kate Spade purse
Oh.
too that I got.
Okay.
So it's like I review everything authentically and
Mhm.
honestly, but
Yeah.
you will find if you follow me at all and like trail me, you will see I'm constantly on Dime's page and
Okay.
Clinique's page and
Oh,
sharing.
okay.
And I do have a little bit of a love for Estee Lauder too.
Okay.
Pleasures was my very
Mhm.
first like grown up perfume.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
when I stopped
Mhm.
wearing like Love's Baby Soft and stuff like that as I got
Okay.
older, It was like the first real perfume I discovered was Estee Lauder Pleasures.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Very
so
cool.
there will always be a spot in my heart for Estee Lauder too.
Aw. Very cool. And where can people find your consulting firm?
If I'm on Instagram and I'm also on Facebook, but if
Mhm.
you I'm probably easier to find on Instagram because I have the link to my website where everything is
Mhm.
listed. But on Instagram, I am capital H
Okay.
R the number
Mhm.
42
Okay.
underscore consulting.
Cool. Yeah, I'll,
And
I'll
I'm gonna
definitely
follow you.
tag that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow you.
Okay.
I'm gonna follow your Gothic page and your After Hours page so I
Okay.
can promote
Perfect.
everything that we've done here. And then
Yeah.
too, some of your photo shoots that you do, I want to like share that and stuff too
Yay.
on
Yeah,
HR42 consulting. So
absolutely.
yeah, so if you
Absolutely.
I'm easy to find, like I said, on Instagram, HR42
Mhm.
underscore consulting.
Fabulous. Sounds good. Are you still making those Hobbit bags?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, because I love my Hobbit bag. I actually wore it as part of my. I think I sent you the. I think I tagged you in the
Well, yeah,
photo.
I went crazy on your pictures. I'm like, oh look, there's the bag.
Yeah, because I wore it as part because I did my whole pirate costume and I wore it like I kind of like my pirate bag and
Yeah,
everything.
and
So
it looked
wore
great. It
my
fit perfect.
costume. It went perfect. So
Yeah, it
yeah,
did.
coolness. So all right. So and last but not least, are there any other like creative projects that you're working on?
I am going to do a playlist for HR42 Consulting. I'm a big fan of deep disco,
Okay.
and anyone who's not familiar with that, it's not like the disco of the 70s. It's more
Okay.
like jazzy, loungy
Oh,
type music.
dang.
It's
Yeah.
like what you might hear at a fancy restaurant, like out on the deck or something.
Mhm.
I'm going to be doing a playlist like that
Very cool.
in the new year. And then I've also got a new Gothique book coming out sometime in January 2000.
Yay. Yeah,
Yeah.
but definitely send me the link to your Christian Goth book because I'd like to definitely because I'm going to be doing like a series of book reviews on the After Hours YouTube channel. So I would definitely be interested in checking out that book,
Oh,
and
absolutely. As soon as we get off here, I'll send you the link to it.
all right, sounds good. All right, girl. Well, it was awesome talking to you and like, and really, and seeing like what you're up to now and just really kind of getting into what you hope to do with your consulting firm because, and I definitely agree that there needs to be a level of integrity brought back to not only the influencer space, but, just the whole entertainment space as a whole. And, and I was talking because I recorded an episode with my friend Christine yesterday, actually. And, and we were talking about how, like, we're coming out of the year of the snake where, everything, like, as individuals and as a collective, it's like we were shedding, or at least we were supposed to be shedding, because I don't think everybody was.
Yeah.
You know, what doesn't serve us and what we can't bring into the year of the horse, which is, and it's a fire horse too, which means it's going to be really intense. And that for, in that fire horse, it's like, whatever direction you're going in, whatever work you did or didn't do in the year of the snake is going to be amplified times 10 in the year of the fire horse. So it's either going to be a really, really good time for some people, but others that are still sticking to like old and outdated systems and, not wanting to let go of the past and do the inner work are probably, I mean, not to be all doom and gloom, but might not have the easiest time in the year of the fire horse. So
Yeah,
yeah.
well, and that's true too. And HR, even though, like I said, I'm still writing, I'm still doing music, I'm still doing my little projects, but HR42 Consulting is taking the lead of what I'm doing
Mhm.
now because of my reviews and just trying to take the industry where it needs to go. So I'm hoping
Yeah.
that yes, that will definitely be true.
Yes, but yeah, you're doing your part with that. And like I said, just bringing some semblance of integrity just back to everything. And,
Exactly.
and I think that that's what people are looking for now is authenticity. I think, and, I even see this on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, where, people just, they're not interested in seeing like, the Kardashians anymore.
Right.
Like that
Right.
seems to
Because
be
who can
going
be
away.
like that? I mean, how many people are
Right.
born with silver spoons in their mouth? That's not you. That's not me. I mean,
Right.
I'm working my way up with my reviews, and I'm not snobby. If
Right.
someone makes soap, or they make um, perfume, or they make makeup, they
Yeah.
can contact me
Right.
and say, "Hey, will you review this?" You know what my
Hmm.
answer will be? Sure. And I'll put
Yeah.
it on HR 42 Consulting, and I'll tag you in it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
think,
So, like I
yeah.
said, and like you perfectly said, a lot of people can't, they just, they're not on the same level with some of these people, what they've become in their mind, and then it has come to fruition. They're they just can't rectify themselves with that. And so, like you said, this isn't what we want. This is what we want. This is why we started following you.
Hmm.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to help everyone out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
have a
exactly.
company from Israel because I started reviewing things kind of a couple of years ago, and then kind of laid off because I came out of retirement. My book career took off, but
Yeah.
I'm now my book career is kind of slowing down because I put out like
Mhm.
6 or 8 books in
Yeah.
2025. So it's like, gotta have a breather. But I one time had this company in Israel contact me.
Mhm.
I'd never heard of them, didn't know who they were, but they were
Mhm.
like, "Hey, will you do a review of our stuff?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And it was a men's line. So as
Oh,
soon as it came
interesting.
in, I gave it to my husband, and my husband's really like ultra picky about everything. And he was like, "Oh my God, tell these people this stuff is awesome." And
Oh,
so
cool.
I did this YouTube review of it, and I'm like, "Hey, my husband cannot get enough of this." So it's
Yeah.
like, you don't have to be carried in exclusive designer stores for me to support
Right.
you. I want to
Yeah.
make that more so clear than everything else. I don't just do designer.
Hmm.
I do anyone who needs recognition for what they're doing.
Yeah. No, but that's it, and like I said, I think now people are kind of losing interest in the whole, you know, yeah, it's like overdone, glossy, look at my, $10,000 bag, and people are looking more for like authenticity now.
Right.
And yeah, and it's, and that's the thing. And it's like, it's not about being mad at people who have money. It's just, it's what it's about though. It's like, that's not your entire personality. And I think when people make it their entire personality, that's when I think they really start to lose their audience.
Yeah, well, when you can't relate, you can't relate.
Hmm.
And it doesn't do a whole lot of good to
Right.
walk on the yellow brick road when you're the only one walking on it because no one else can relate.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, no, but I think that's great what you're doing. Like I said, bringing some level of integrity back to not only the influencer space, but also just in general,
That's
because,
my goal.
yeah, awesome. So, yeah, but definitely send me a link to that book, like once we get off. And yeah, thank you so much for coming on again and like,
Well, thank you
just
for
talking
asking
about
me. What a way
everything.
to finish out 2025. I mean, this is just awesome.
So yes, but thank you so much. And definitely, if you're out there and you need you want somebody to review your product or share something that you're doing, just contact one of Andrea's pages. I'll definitely tag it in the posts once this episode goes live. And again, thank you so much for listening, and hope you have a wonderful and safe year of the fire horse that we're going into. And thank you
Absolutely.
again, Andrea, for coming
Thank
back
you.
on. So, all right, thanks so much, everybody out there. And as always, stay safe and stay spooky.